Welcome, everybody. My name is Jim Cerny. I am president this year of the STUG organization, taking Ann Ross's position, and nobody can fill her shoes, believe me. So you can laugh at me all you want and wish Ann can come back, and maybe she'll come back next year if we're lucky. So thank you all for attending today, the Help Desk. Our regular meeting will begin in a half hour. And Huey will make the announcements for that. And we have a lot of things going on with STUG. I understand the refurbishing group has surpassed, you ready for this number? 25,000 computers, which is unbelievable. So we are all tipping our hats to Mike and to all the staff there at the refurbishing group. They're really helping a lot of people, and I have recommended people to them that need a computer, and they're always very accommodating. So I just wanted to bring that up for special thanks to those people. Bill Crow works there as well, and there's other people that I don't remember. I don't have the names recorded, but they all do a great job.
Doug Weiss is
Thank you, Douglas.
Yeah, he works in the refurb shop too.
Yeah, it's been reorganized like just a few months ago. So you need to stop in there if you're in the Sarasota area, or jump on a plane and come down and take a look at the refurb shop. You know, it's very nicely organized. Okay, we're going to open it up for questions, problems, and questions. And I know Douglas is chomping at the bit, so we'll let him go first. And then after his first question, we'll let somebody else jump in and come back to Douglas again, because he says he has more than one. So Douglas, what's your first big problem today?
The first big problem is I'm trying to find a calendar application. I've been using Google Calendar, and I want something that when I have to go to STUG, it's in green, not just a green dot, but in green, or if I'm going to the orchestra, in red. And I'm having a devil of a time finding a calendar. I keep finding people that say that you can do that in Google Calendar, and I have never been able to figure out how to do it. So I'm looking for help.
Have you asked Google?
Yes. And Google gives me instructions, and they don't work. So I'm looking for alternatives, or anybody else. What is everybody else doing?
I don't use Google Calendar. Does anybody else use Google Calendar?
I do all the time. So what is it exactly that you're trying to do? What is it? What are you trying to do?
Well, I'm just trying to be able to look at my calendar and see that, going to STUG Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, if they're all blue, I can ignore them. I want to catch the unusual things when I look at the month. So I want, if I have like this meeting, should have been in a different color when I look at my calendar, but it's not. It only has a tiny, tiny little green dot next to it.
Well, it looks like you're looking. Are you sure you're looking at your Google Calendar? I mean, you have to enter the stuff.
I have.
It does. Oh.
Well, if you double click on an entry on your calendar, it brings up the dialog box for it. And underneath notifications, you should see a colored dot. So if yours is showing up blue, you'll see a blue dot. If you click on that dot and change it to green or whatever color you want.
Yeah, but he wants something.
That one event will then be green.
That just changes the color of the dot.
Yeah. That changes the color of the.
Well, have you put in the details and the location and the time and the title and all that? Because you got to do all that.
Yes, I've done all of that. And
so when you click,
if I enter it as a full day, all day event, I get a background color. If I add any specific times to it, I get the dot.
Well, when you add a specific time, do you put in a range like an hour or 2 hours?
Yeah, of course.
If you don't have a range of time, then it will be very small.
No, no. I have
No, that's the way that calendar works. If you have it for the day, it gives you the bar in the color. If you've got just a time frame, it just gives you the dot.
And that's why I'm kind of raising the question, has anybody solved that? Or
Well, I
is
always
there
put in a
alternative?
Yeah,
description.
I just put the time in the name so that it doesn't count that as a time frame one. It counts it as a whole day, and
Well,
then it puts a bar across it.
That's a good idea.
John has
Yeah.
her hand up, so maybe she has a suggestion, and I have after her.
I well, the okay, the comments about adding the number, I do that all the time, but it automatically hits it as a don't put the if you don't put the item in the right. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, your
You were
internet.
breaking up on
could
my
it-
computer. I don't know for
Okay,
everybody or
okay.
not, John.
I got bad. No, I've got bad. Never mind. I'll just listen tonight.
Okay.
Can he share his screen so we can see what it looks like? So we can see what he's talking about?
No, we don't have the time to do that. But my suggestion would be to you can have different calendars. So you might have a subject matter for each of the type of calendar. So instead of being Doug's calendar and STUG's calendar and so on, you would have one for important meetings, next important meetings, and each of those can have a different color. So as you put one in, you give it the topic that you want, and it'll give you that color.
I've tried that, and it doesn't help it. All it does is
Okay.
give me the background dot. It doesn't change the background unless it's an all-day event.
I thought, okay.
It's a problem. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
Have you tried on the entry that's on the calendar, right click it, and then you get a bunch of colored dots that you
Yes.
click on the color,
Yes.
and you still get just one dot?
If I have a
Not-
time
not the
assigned
whole
to
event.
if I have a time assigned to the event, I get a colored dot.
Well, it should. Well,
I
mine
don't
fills
even
in the whole
I don't
thing.
even get colored dots. I just get colored backgrounds.
Yeah.
Let's trade.
That sounds like that could be a setting in calendars. And
No,
It's
you
got
may
to
have
be.
a setting or preferences.
No, it's just the way Google treats the difference between a full day and a time frame.
yeah, I
just
see
looked
that.
at, I just looked at my Google Calendar, and I have not used Google Calendar. I think my opinion is I use the calendar that comes with my phone that my wife also shares with me, and her events are in a different color background, not dots. There's no dots. Then my events are a different color, so we can see whose event it is. And I opened that calendar in Google Calendar, and it has different color backgrounds to the text, not dots. So I wonder if you use a different calendar and merge it, or allow Google Calendar to pick it up, if it would carry through with the colors.
So which calendar are you using?
I wish I knew.
Well, yeah, great.
It's the one I just used the calendar on my phone, my
iPhone? Just
iPhone. Yeah.
Oh, that's
I'll
Apple
try.
Calendar. That's Apple Calendar.
Okay. So
I'll try it.
somehow that Apple Calendar got merged with Google Calendar, because I just looked it up on Google Calendar, and there it is in bold colors.
I'll try it. That works because I use every type of device, so that works.
We'll try it, see if it works, and report back to us next month.
Yeah.
And
Okay, I
let
will
us
try
know.
that.
I don't
Okay.
know how calendars merge. Does anybody have experience with merging calendars? No? Yeah, I don't.
My experience is not good, but that doesn't mean anything.
Okay. Now let's move on to somebody else have a question, and then we'll come back to you, Douglas.
Anybody?
Nobody? It's going to be the Douglas Weiss show tonight. Go ahead, Douglas, with your number 2. Stump the band again.
Okay, number 2 is more techie. Okay, I've got a Dell microcomputer, and it has a 14th generation i7 in it. And Dell, in their brilliance, did not build adequate cooling into it into the box. So if I turn on turbo mode, I have something like 22 cores, all of which overheat and throttle. If I turn off turbo boost, the computer kind of runs like a slow i3, just the nature of the beast. The question is there any software that I can put on the computer that would somehow tell turbo boost not to boost quite so much to keep the heat down?
Question.
I see a lot of blank faces.
I'm pretty sure there is a piece of software out there. I don't have one off the top of my head because I haven't run into that specific type of a problem. But there are governing programs out there that will give you control over how high your ceiling of frequency is or how low your idle speed is, and you can adjust it to without overclocking.
I found a couple of those. My problem is I don't know which setting to adjust because those are so technical that there's 22 things you can adjust, and they don't give you much of a clue.
Can you adjust it for the temperature? Because that's the critical thing.
No, that would be obvious.
Bob G has his hand up.
Dell?
Sorry?
Have you contacted Dell?
Others have the same problem online, and nobody has come up with a solution. That at least nobody's posted one.
How old is the machine?
Is it still under warranty?
No. The answer is I don't know. The
Is it a
machine
laptop?
the machine was one that was given to STUG for reconditioning, and I'm trying to maximize the system to see what it can do.
Oh, just take it back to STUG and tell them you want another one.
They're going to give it to me. I'm the techie in STUG right now.
Well, you should be able to take care of it. How about a cooling pad? They have cooling pads that can go under your computer.
That's
to
for
bring the
laptops.
temperature down, or laptop.
Yeah. No, I've got to find some software and some setting.
Is this a desktop type computer?
No, this is a computer that's
Server has its audio on.
Is it a laptop?
No, it's 8 inches by 8 inches by 1 inch.
Dave, I muted you because whatever is playing in the background is coming through.
No, this is a very small
Well,
computer.
okay, then the one thing that I did, I've got an array of external hard drives that I'm running off of a Raspberry Pi for a network storage system.
Right.
And I didn't want them overheating. What I did, I got one of the ordinary internal computer fans with a connector that plugged into 110 volt AC and just have the fan blowing over it, and that keeps the things cool.
Yeah. No, that's
so maybe you could just make a little box that it sits on, put the fan under it, blowing up from the bottom, and that would probably keep it cool enough.
Look for a card that just has fans on it to cool the inside of your machine. That might, if it's available, that might help. Bob G, you have your hand up?
No, it's my mistake.
Okay.
There's Jolene Bowler has her hand up.
Yeah.
Just real quick. I needed a fan for my Surface Pro because they heat up pretty heavily. Look into 3D printing of something that would fit that properly, because there are people out there doing that and creating amazing things. The makers out there are marvelous. So give a 3D print a try.
okay.
Since she brought that up, how many of you have used a 3D printer or are really interested in getting one?
The libraries in Manatee County, and I think Sarasota County too, do have the facility for you to use a 3D printer.
Yeah.
I
Yes, start with your library because they do have some machines.
Yeah.
the challenge is not so much finding, for me, was not finding the machine, because I had one briefly. It was figuring out how to program the machine, how to design something. You know, there are canned designs out there. You can buy all kinds of things or just get them for free. But I wanted to design something specific and I was lost.
Have you tried AI?
Well, this was a year and a half ago, before the AI craze.
Huh. Well, that
Today
started
I
about
would
8 years ago.
well, no, but today I would just say do this and an AI would probably spit out the code, but I did not have that luxury.
Okay.
Dick Vogel, your hand is up.
Yes, I have a thought on your calendar problem. Which calendar are you looking at, day, week, or month?
Well, I'd like it to show up in the week and the month case.
Well, the month will show dots, but day and week will not.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
helpful. I just
Oh.
never thought it would be different.
Oh yeah, I never look at the month one, or very rarely.
Wow. Okay, that's great. If that works, that sort of gets me around my problem.
Okay, very good. While Douglas is trying that, who else has a question? Comment?
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
What? It worked?
Yes,
Well, look at
Brilliant.
that.
absolutely brilliant.
I have never looked at a whole month because I can't, there's so much going on, I can't distinguish what's on the month. I have to do at least by week.
That's exactly what I wanted.
Okay, we'll be, there's a fee for the solution. You have to mail in your check. No, no, that's because you're a member. We got some smart people. Thank you, Dick, for volunteering that. That was great. Okay, any other questions? We'll go back to Douglas for number 3.
No, I was joking. Those are the two that have been bothering me the most. I've got some that are really specific, not a group solve type of thing.
Okay. You have any ideas? I have a list here.
Well, go ahead.
Well, gosh, let me find the list. Okay, let's take a quick survey. How many of you are actively using AI to your knowledge on purpose? You're using AI every day.
Every day. No, not every day.
Well, do you include using very long queries as opposed to searching around Google?
Well, I found that when I have a Google request, it automatically jumps into AI.
Okay, well then, okay, then I use it all the time.
Yeah, yeah. But there's a lot more to it, and Huey is aware of that. There's a lot more to it than just answering questions. And
I
I'm
mean,
sure he could fill you in on his discussions, like planning trips. You know, you could put in a long description. What's the best thing to do in this city or 3 cities? And I don't want to spend over $500 or something like that. And it is totally amazing what it comes back with. So
yeah,
I just throw that out to you.
and I've used it to write Home Assistant code.
My wife and I are on a virtual cruise. We have been for many months already. And that's all AI, it's just the prompts and using the right tools. And we get congratulations all the time on our new destination.
And I use it all the
we're home, but we've been on this cruise for quite some time.
I use it all the time even for shopping. I do a thing like I'll just give an example. I wanted an OpenWRT router and I really wanted it from Amazon. So I asked it, okay, I mean, there's thousands of routers on Amazon. but only very, very few are OpenWRT. And the old-fashioned way of doing it, of looking up each one and its specs and looking in the table of ones that support it, would take days. Now you just say, okay, what ones are available and how much are they and which one's best? And it'll come back with a table that shows you which ones they are and what their capabilities are and how much they cost. And then it gives you advice as to which one to buy, but you can do that too. Where can I get my favorite cereal in my town at the lowest price?
I
I used it yesterday because I need to do a tub to shower conversion in my house, but I'm really tuned in now to microplastics, so I don't want an acrylic surround thing or anything that's made out of plastic. So I was using AI to advise me about what materials would be better to use instead of acrylic or some of the other plastic compounds. And it came back and it said porcelain, shower porcelain, which is glass, would be one option. Then there's some kind of back painted glass, but I think I'm going to go with large porcelain tiles. With it mentioned, be sure to use epoxy grout, which then doesn't mold and it won't, I don't know, it's better than regular.
Well, it won't disintegrate
grout.
with the water over time.
Say it again.
It won't disintegrate from the water and
Yeah.
steam all the time.
So that was very helpful. When I get a contractor, I know what I'm asking for now.
You'll probably find that you'll have to be careful choosing a contractor that really knows how to do it,
Right.
because they're all doing the plastic now.
Yes.
We did ours about 12 years ago. Unfortunately, I can't send you my contractor because I'm in New Mexico. So, but they did an excellent job.
Okay. Well, that's next door to where I am in Texas.
Yeah. I used it similarly today because we're converting to 2.5G Ethernet in the refurb lab, and I was looking for a router that had 2.5G WAN and 2.5G LAN because we'll probably buy it used on eBay, but I didn't know what to look for. So I constructed a query on ChatGPT and it came back with, here are three good, inexpensive choices. And I found one for $85.
Of course, I use it all the time for writing code to do things like all kinds of things with computers. I just use it all the time. I probably use it a few hours a day, not just. If I'm preparing a lecture, for example, for Tech for Senior, I've started doing some lectures on genealogy, and all the research, all the putting together, all the refinement of the writing, the checking of facts, everything is all done with AI, and I use several of the generating of the graphics. Everything is done with the help of AI.
I lead a group here in Arlington called Ambassadors for Aging Well, and we've been on hiatus for November and December for holidays, but our first meeting in 2026 is on Monday. And the speaker that was supposed to come and speak about the guide program, that's a CMS,
What is CMS?
Centers for Medicaid and Medicare.
Oh.
The guide program is guiding an improved dementia experience. And anyway, it helps care navigation training and respite for unpaid caregivers. Anyway, the speaker canceled on me today. So I have now an hour and a half meeting on Monday with no speaker. So I will use AI to help me concoct a PowerPoint to use in lieu of that speaker.
You can use AI to get you the information, and then you can use AI to give you the prompt to put into
PowerPoint?
NotebookLM,
Oh, yeah.
and then use NotebookLM, the video portion, and it will produce an excellent video for you.
Yeah, you just tell how long you want it to be.
Oh,
how many-
that's a good idea. That's
Yep.
a good idea. I will do that. I've made some of those storybooks.
Yeah,
I can ask it to create a video for the guide program.
Yeah, you can. Well, you have to give it lots of details, and but when you do, and you also want to tell it how long it should be, what kind of voice, what is the what kind of person is giving the talk. I usually say a high school history teacher, so that I get sort of a
That's storybook.
educated
That's
voice.
not NotebookLM.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that is Notebook LM. That's what I tell it when I'm making a video with Notebook LM. I tell it all of that, and it uses it.
Good.
very
A note,
interesting.
a note for Doug Weiss, Dick Vogel put in the chat. Perplexity offers several possible solutions for your computer heating problem. Just ask it how to cool microcomputer.
And you might as well put in the specific one. That may give it better. It'll give you a better, more targeted answer if you give it the model.
Is a microcomputer the same thing as my mini computer? You know, the minis that come with no screen or keyboard or whatever. I love my mini computer. It works great.
I have a Geek OM mini computer, and I have no problems with heat at all. I've had it now for about a year.
I use a Raspberry Pi, and
Totally different. Totally different.
Oh, but it is a mini. I mean, it's a very tiny computer, and
Doesn't
it's
have
in a-
32 gigabytes of RAM, a 2 terabyte SSD,
oh, I could have all that.
graphics, and all of that. So
Well, I've got 28 terabyte disk array on it,
Wow.
an SSD for the operating system, and I only have 8 gig of RAM though, but that's more than plenty for running that operating system.
What does just the motherboard for Raspberry Pi cost now? Is it about $25 or what is it?
No, it's more than that now, and they've got now the latest one is the Raspberry 5. Now I'd say it's probably around over 100, and you really should have a case for it. And I've got a beautiful little case with a little fan in it that's over the CPU, so it never gets warm. And it's heavy use almost all day long.
Okay, one quick question before we end. It's almost time. I just am curious, how many of you have cut the cable and you're no longer subscribing to regular cable TV? You're getting everything through the internet. If you've cut the cable, raise your hand. Let me see how many we got there. Probably about half, right?
Where I live, the internet is provided with as part of our rent or for fee. So I'm not cutting the cable as long as I don't pay extra for it.
When you share internet.
Jim, many of the cable providers are now also running it through.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Not the dish anymore. That, you know.
Yeah, if you get free internet because you live someplace, like in a condo or an association, can you do anything to improve the internet speed yourself if you wish to pay an extra amount?
No.
Yeah,
Only by getting your cable, only by getting an internet company to put in the connection for their system to your Ethernet or to your router or whatever you've got. And in my case, it's only the cable for TV that is provided. I have to have my own connection to the cable company in order to get my internet.
Okay, thank you, Murray. We're out of time. And I'd like to turn it back to Huey for introductions. And I thank you all for your comments and help for each other. That's great.